What's going on, guys? Mountaineer Mitch here, bringing you the Raw review for April 28th, 2014. Well, guys, the show kicks off tonight with a Wyatt family promo, and then it cuts to the ring where John Cena's there, and he asks, Why did y'all fans vote for 3-on-1 when you guys could have made it a 1-on-1 match? And oh, blah, blah, blah. And Cena seems like he's kind of upset about his fans not voting for him to have a fair fight. And, you know, Cena just doing the normal Cena thing, you know, cutting his promo like usual. And then the Wyatt's theme, you know, the sheep thing pops up. And then you hear you got the whole world in his hands. And it's not Bray Wyatt. It's a kid. And I guess they only had one of the kids mic'd up, but it was a whole school choir of kids singing. And it just sounded like there was one kid for the longest, and they panned to the stage where there was a whole bunch of kids, and they were singing, you know, and then Bray Wyatt, then the theme hits again, and then you hear Bray Wyatt's voice come out, and you know, you would think that maybe, you know, the kids were done with, you know, they put them to the side, but no, the kids start following him down to the ringside. And I'm like, wow, okay. And you know, he's singing and he sits down, he has a lantern. When he turns off the lantern there, I mean, the kids already surround the ring, they turn off the lantern, and all the kids have sheep masks on, which is awesome. You know, I love that. I mean, I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan anyways. I mean, he could cut one heck of a promo. I mean, these are promos like The Undertaker used to cut when he was out in, you know, the graveyard digging graves for his opponents and stuff. Like, these are some very good promos that Bray Wyatt's cutting, you know. It just seemed like Cena was confused looking around and like, man, why'd y'all betray me? And they were singing, he got the whole C Nation, and then they, you know, it was just like awesome, you know. And this Raw, like last week's Raw, sucked, and this beginning of this really kicked it off, you know, like it was crazy, you know. And then you had the tag title match, which I feel like this Monday Night Raw, they could have done a lot, that these matches could have been on the pay-per-view, but I don't know, they might make the tag title on the pay-per-view like on SmackDown or something, but no announcement tonight on the tag titles being at the pay-per-view, which, you know, I love the tag team division. I think they're very good, but this match was a very good match. I really thought, you know, they would have some kind of DQ disqualification, made it for the pay-per-view, because I really thought that's what they were going for, but they didn't. A lot of near falls. I mean, well, they did the suicide dives outside on the Ryback, and I think Jay's the one that got hurt. And he sold it forever, and then Jimmy was in the ring getting beat up, and then Jimmy sold it outside the ring forever. And then Jay got back in the ring, and it was like magical. No, his leg wasn't hurt at all. You know, I know that the announcers were like, oh, watch his leg, you know, trying to play on the leg part. But after the first couple of moves there, he didn't even act like the leg was pulling him at all. Hit him with the super kick, I think maybe twice. But how this match ended was an awesome, you know, spot. He tagged in the Uso, Jimmy, I guess. I think it was Jimmy, yeah. And when Curtis Axel went for the perfect plex, I don't know what Curtis Axel calls it, but it was a perfect plex back in the day when his dad did it. And then here comes Jimmy Uso with the dive, and got him 1, 2, 3. Awesome match. A bunch of awesome spots there at the end, like a bunch of near falls that could have ended the match. I mean, when Ryback had him up in the shell shock, he could have dropped him, and then Uso reversed it, and then could have got a pin there. I don't know, just a very good two segments start off Raw. I was like, yeah, this Raw is definitely better than last week's Raw. And then we have the Adam Rose coming back. He'll be back on Raw next week. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see who he's facing. I don't know. I just hopefully he gets some good work in there, and hopefully they just don't bring him up for a little bit and then send him back down because they ain't got nothing for him to do. Oh, no, I'm looking here. The Titus O'Neil, Sheamus match. Titus O'Neil attacked him from behind. And at the beginning of the match, and then, like, I don't understand this match. Like, to me, this match was pointless altogether. Like, he attacked him, and then somehow Sheamus won anyway, so it didn't look like Sheamus made any good, but it didn't help Titus O'Neil any, because Titus O'Neil even had the advantage by attacking him, by coming down to attacking him down the walkway there, and he still, Sheamus did a bro kick out of nowhere and beat him. I thought that match was a joke, you know. Then we had Cesaro. Oh, let me make sure I don't miss anything. Then we had Cesaro versus Swagger. I was like, okay, this is, you know, they had like little segments backstage the whole time before this match even happened, and Paul Heyman pulled Sam Golder's mustache, which is very weird. I don't know how to really explain it. It was kind of silly. He beat him by pulling his mustache because Swagger come out and helped Coulter, and then Cesaro hit him with a nice suplex. You know, it looked sweet, and got him with the 3 count. Well, I got written down here. Oh yeah, the Sandow, the Hugh Jackman, Dolph Ziggler thing, and then Sandow come out as Magneto and act like he was controlling the mic, and then Hugh Jackman threw the mic at him, then he did hip toss, and Ziggler the zigzag. Oh, it was awesome. I enjoyed that. I think I skipped it over here on my list, but yeah, it was pretty cool, and I just thought that was a cool way to introduce the X-Men and Hugh Jackman and them, you know, them trying to promote the movie as much as they could. And then there was a pointless match that really kind of pointless and disappointing to me was the Cody Rhodes Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio beats him with an armbar, and then he gets mad at Goldust for no reason. Goldust didn't even do nothing. It wasn't like Goldust distracted the referee or somehow caused Cody to lose or anything like that. I don't know what they could have done, but seems like they're trying to push this. Hopefully not for Extreme Rules. I don't know. I don't know if our card's set for Extreme Rules or not, but maybe SummerSlam where they can get some more backstage segments or something to hype this. But it just seems like Cody's on his period or something. He's mad at Goldust for no reason. To me, it's just stupid. Then you have Rusev versus Xavier Woods. Rusev comes out there and just smashes Xavier Woods like always. It just seems like we've seen this over and over, like 4 weeks in a row. It seems like him not smashing somebody, except this time R-Truth comes in and gets the DQ. And I think they're trying to make people say, well, maybe they could beat him with 2 and 1, but Rusev's going to smash him with Extreme Rules. I don't know. I think that match is silly anyways. I don't really like handicap matches, but it is what it is. Then you have the Los Matadors versus 3MB. And we get announced that Hornswoggle and El Trio, or whatever his name is, will be in a WeLC match, which I have no clue what that is. I guess it's like a build off of TLC. It's the pre-show. It's a joke. I don't know. Like, the match they've been having is silly. Trying to hype them up is dumb. I don't like it. I mean, I guess it's like the mascot versus the mascot or something. And but one surprising thing is 3MB won this match. Heath Slater actually hit a finisher and won this match, which I was like, wow, really? Like, 3MB actually won, but then at the end of the match, Los Matadors looked strong, and I guess trying to push them into the pay-per-view. And I don't know. I think this is a silly match, but let's move on to the next match here. Then Stephanie's apology to Daniel Bryan, and he don't accept. He says that no, you knew that Kane was going crazy. You forced him to do this, blah blah blah. And through the whole night, they were showing Kane's mask, and it was in the glass case. It was in the glass cage, and then Stephanie decides to make it Brie versus Paige for the women's champion, trying to make it, since Daniel Bryan has a championship, since Daniel Bryan is a champion, Brie could become the champion by beating Paige. And obviously, this match was not going to go through. It would have been cool to have them both champions, I guess, but I knew from the get-go it was just smash. Kane was going to come out some way, somehow. They showed the mask in the case twice, which I was like, man, obviously the mask will disappear whenever it has Daniel Bryan by the ring or whatever. So, they fade over to the glass, and the mask isn't there. Wow. Okay. Whatever. And then Kane comes from Kane's music hit. They wrestle a little bit. It don't look too bad. And then Kane's music hits. Daniel Bryan runs to the front of the ramp, ready to protect Brie. And then Kane comes from out under the ring. Now, they were showing too much of Daniel Bryan to know that either he was going to come behind, come to the crowd, some way out from under the ring. He comes through the ring, which was pretty cool. There's not a lot of that anymore. Kane, that's kind of Kane's thing. You know, he's done it in the past, and it looks pretty cool. I just don't understand, because there was a couple times where Brie Bella could have just got out of the ring and ran away. It's kind of like a horror movie, scary movie type, where the girls run away from the killer, and then she somehow trips and falls, and then she rolls around, and she gets back up and runs still, and he somehow didn't catch her, and then he grabs her again, and he's pulling her down through that ring, and then she kicks, and she finally gets away after he chokeslammed Daniel Bryan. And then after that goes off, Stephanie's in the back saying, "Oh God," like they're getting checked out, and Brie Bella's scared to death and shaking, and she's so scared. And then Stephanie said, "I know you won't believe me, but it wasn't me. I apologize." And then Brie Bella calls her a B. And that got a pop. It was so awesome. You know, I was like, oh crap, they actually said it, you know, because they're supposed to be all PG and stuff. But there that was. I mean, it is what it is. It's hyping for the pay-per-view, so there it is. Alright. Now it's the number one contender Intercontinental Championship match. Number one contender. Bad News Barrett versus RVD. Now, I was hoping Bad News Barrett will win because he deserves a push. He's one heck of a wrestler. And I also liked RVD too. You know, I'm one of the kind of the guys, the old school guys like DCW, you know, and older guys coming back and making it big again. But I kind of knew Wade Barrett was going to win. And Cesaro come out there, and RVD kicked him off once, and he kicked him off again, and no DQ yet. And then Swagger comes down and throws Cesaro under the apron, and then Cesaro comes back again. And then it breaks out, and of course Wade Barrett hits him with the bull hammer and catches him one good time, and pins him. The match there, Bad News Barrett wins, which is awesome, good, cool. And then Cesaro and then Swagger's out there for, now I know the reason, but it was that, they were out there beating up RVD, which, I don't know, like, there really wasn't that much storyline to it, except, like, Paul Heyman lied, or blah, blah, and Zap Coulter tried to get him to be a Zap Coulter guy, or whatever, and then it is what it is, but they both decided to try to beat up RVD, and RVD both got in work, you know what I mean, made him look strong going into the triple threat, which was announced on the post-show. So if you didn't watch the post-show, there's a triple threat, RVD, Cesaro, and Jack Swagger. So there you go, that's one more match added. Then we have The Shield we have Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. And everybody knew Ric Flair was going to come out there. And I even said in my pre-video, so if you want to go back and check that out and make sure I'm telling the truth. But I did say that Ric Flair was going to endorse The Shield, which still needs some endorsing because The Shield's just awesome. But I knew this, I guess it kind of was a match after Ric Flair come out there. Ric Flair seemed a little drunk, maybe. I don't know. He was just out there gobbling, I guess. I don't even know. He just said, I was with the Four Horsemen, I was with Evolution, and now The Shield is the next big thing, blah, blah. And And then they got in a fight, and of course it ended in a DQ. Who didn't see this coming? It's not like they're going to put one or the other over. Right before a big pay-per-view where all 6 guys are in the ring together. And there for a minute, Evolution looked like they had all 3 of the Shield members down, beating the crap out of them, and then somehow the Shield magically makes a return, and then they look strong after the show goes off the air. So, and anyways, another thing to point out is that triple threat match. I think they said it was elimination triple threat match, so I guess that's cool to see. I don't understand why it would be that, but it is what it is. So, anyways, that's really about it, guys. And if you're first here tuning in, I'm glad you stopped by and watched the video. Appreciate it. And Mountaineer Mitch signing out. Peace.